Today, we're going to outline the Carlos Enrique professional pathway plan for you, free of charge. A step-by-step process, point A to B to C and to Z, all the way. Full alphabet, boom to boom. How to become a pro without ever having to actually play. Step one, networking with ballers. People that can get stuff done, people that have actually done work, people that actually went to training, ate well, worked hard, proper mentality. You gotta find these people and you have to become friends with them. Case point number one, Carlos gets invited to a trial at Pueblo FC in Mexico. But what happens? He's no good. Of course he's no good, because he doesn't train. How are you gonna get good? Guy moves back to Rio, where he realizes that he's gotta become friends with some of the top Brazilian players in the world. Bebeto, Romario, Renato Gaucho. Now he knows he's gotta get to the club. So he heads in there. He does whatever sick ass dance move they were doing in the 80s, because we don't have cell phones and we didn't have Instagram and shit. So nobody knows what sort of dance moves they were doing in the 80s, but he did it. And Bebeto and all the ballers were there and they were like, yo, nice moves, dog. You gotta come with us. He uses these guys to get a 3-month contract, which is gonna bring us to our next point. What the hell do you do now? You suck at football. What do you do now? We're gonna tell you. That's step 2. Now you're in. You got your contract, but you're gonna have to play eventually. So what do? Well, what would Carlos do? WWCD, boys. What would Carlos do? Carlos, knowing that he had to play, told the coach that he was such a naturally gifted, naturally born attacking striker with speed, pace. He needed a few weeks to get fit. So finally, he got to play. So he's in the game. What do? First things first, he asked for a long ball to show off that speed. And what happens when he gets to the ball? He goes down, screaming, saying that he actually tore his hamstring and that he won't be able to play anymore. And in the 80s, like we've already established, nobody even knows what kind of dance moves they were doing in the clubs. They absolutely didn't have any way of checking whether he tore his hamstring or did anything like that. So now he's out again. Step 3, we gotta make it seem like everybody wants us, everybody loves us, and everybody's chasing us to be a part of their team. Why? Because this is attraction 101. Everybody loves something when they think everybody else wants it too.
If you wanted to pull this off in 2018, you'd probably just buy 1 million followers on Instagram. But in 1983, Carlos would just walk around with one of those massive cell phones having intense conversations in English because no one could understand him. Just, ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid, Manchester United, until one day, Carlos's dumbass walked by the team doctor, who spoke perfect English, and was like, Arsenal. And the doctor was like, yeah, that's not English.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
It's very important to align yourself with the guy in charge, which is what Carlos was good at doing, because he knew that if he was good with him, then he was good with everybody. So apparently at Brangu, they were short on strikers and they needed him to play. He's got to get out and he can't fake an injury this time. So
now the team's warming up for the game. Carlos just decides, I'm gonna trot on over near the stands. Just decide, you know what? Let me just attack this guy right here. And so he does. And after getting kicked off, he tells everyone that the reason he attacked the fan is because he was acting like a son would in defense of his father. He said the fan called the president a thief and he had to defend his honor. Well, everybody loved that, including the president, who raised his salary and then offered him an extension on his contract.
I mean, you're on your last step. You want to make sure that you've got all angles covered. Who have you left out? The fans. People that are there to watch you play.
Now, while under contract at Ajaccio in France, they arranged an open training to present their superstar signing to the fans. And Carlos, being a man of instinct, thought quick, and before training got started, went over to where the balls were and proceeded to kick every single one of them into the crowd as gifts. All while kissing his new team's badge and showing the love. And with that, the players were forced to have a physical training, and he'd saved the day again.
Could you imagine living a day like this? Like an entire lifetime. Over the span of 20 years, this guy only played in 30 games. Yeah, so if you haven't caught on by now, this is easily the most idiotic way to become a pro. And it seems like a million times more work than actually being a pro. The fact that he has to live in fear every second and has zero peace of mind, which is what the game actually brings, at least to me. So we've all learned a lot today. So that'll be it. And who knows, maybe we can get Carlos on here to the GOLUREMI'S podcast and he can give us some more insight. Until then, peace.
Do re mi fa sol la hitters go GOLUREMI'S control all them boys from Kansas City where they know we got them tricks. We get it how we live it, know we all about them kicks.